Sure.
The state calls Christopher Stacks.
What's the last name? I'm sorry.
Stacks.
Thank you. Good morning, sir. If you please raise your right hand. If you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth.
Before the courtroom hears legal arguments or sentencing decisions, it hears something far more personal, a life forever changed. Christopher Stacks isn't here to debate the facts of the case. He's here to describe the devastating reality left behind after a single night that altered countless lives forever.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 26.
Where were you raised?
Was born in Jacksonville, Florida, raised in Texas.
Where'd you go to high school?
Nederland High School.
And what city do you live in now?
Nederland.
You married?
I was
When were you married?
about a year and a half ago.
And who were you married to?
Lauren Stacks.
Lauren Stacks. Also, and her name was what before y'all got married?
Lauren Eisenhower.
And we know where y'all live.
We were living in Beaumont, about less than a minute from the church.
Which church you talking
The
about?
Apostolic Church.
That's here in Beaumont?
Yes, sir.
Is that where you worship?
Yes, sir.
And is that where you met her?
No, we met, I actually drove up about 10 hours to Fort Smith where she was still going to college.
Tell me what Lauren was doing career in education.
She had just finished her dental hygienist degree, and she had been working, I think, for about a year in that field whenever everything happened.
Did she move down here when y'all got married?
We were working on it. She was still finishing a contract where she lived in Murfreesboro.
Was she looking for work here?
Yes, sir.
And was the plan for her to move down here full time?
Yes, sir.
In June of 2024, specifically the 13th, that evening, did you have an opportunity to speak with your wife?
Yeah, I came home from work, had a long day. We had planned to have a date night, but her and Camille had been texting all day, her little friends.
Who did you say she was texting with?
Camille Marty.
And Camille Marty, did you know her as well?
Yes, sir.
How did you know her?
That was Boston Carr's fiance.
She was engaged to a friend of yours,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Carr?
Yes, sir.
And did they also attend y'all's church together?
Yes, sir.
And so you said she'd been texting Camille and some other friends. What were they doing that evening?
They were planning to have a little girls' night at Lindsay Chandler's house, and they were just gonna hang out and do whatever girls do, I guess.
Where did Miss Chandler reside?
They lived in Port Arthur.
Okay. When was the last time you saw her?
That night, or that evening, afternoon. So it was about, I would say 4 o'clock. She cooked me dinner, and we talked for about an hour, and then she went on her way.
Do you know what time she left to go to her friend's house?
I want to say it was like around 5 or 6.
After she left, did you have communication with her that night?
Yes, sir. We texted.
And she went to Miss Chandler's house?
Yes, sir.
And do you know what they did there?
I believe they swam. I know they left the house at some point and went and got snacks at H-E-B, the couple stores. I can't remember which ones, but and they went back to the house after that.
Now, Lauren and her friends, did they drink alcohol?
Yes, sir.
Any of them do drugs?
Yes, sir.
Is there any kind of partying going on?
Yes, sir.
Swimming and hanging out at the house?
Yes, sir.
When was the last time that you heard from her?
I believe I fell asleep around probably 11 or 12.
And had she texted you at that point?
Yes, sir. The last text, I believe, was that she was coming home to see me soon and that she loved me.
In the early morning, of June 14th of last year, did you realize something was wrong?
Yeah, I woke up and it was probably, I want to say 1:30 or so. I can't remember the timestamps, but I woke up and she hadn't texted for a while. I had her location on my phone.
And so at that point, when you woke up, did you expect her to have been home by then?
Yes, sir.
Was that unusual for her to have been out that late with her friends?
Never.
You stated you could follow her location on your phone. Were you able to do that?
I was, but it had her in front of the prison or the jail for like an hour or so. When I looked and I saw that, maybe it was an hour, I can't remember for sure, but
But it wasn't moving, was it?
It wasn't moving.
So what did you do?
I immediately threw clothes on and got on the road
And you're driving from where?
from Beaumont.
At this point, Christopher still doesn't know what happened to his wife. All he knows is that her location has stopped moving. What follows is the moment every spouse fears the drive toward flashing emergency lights, hoping for good news, but preparing for the worst. His testimony now reveals those unforgettable moments.
Yeah, I saw the lights.
Chris, when you pulled up, could you tell there had been a car crash?
I knew there was something wrong.
Can you tell Judge what you did see when you pulled up?
I couldn't see much because it was the median was in the way, but I turned around the underpass and I saw there was a cop that stopped me. I guess he was directing traffic. And I asked him, I said, "Has there been a wreck?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "My wife, her location is right there." And so he let me through. I drove through and I was stopped about probably 100 yards from the spot of the accident. And I couldn't remember exactly what was asked or what I said, but he basically told me, I showed him my phone, I showed him the location, and they couldn't even tell who it was or who was in the vehicle or anything because the bodies were just.
There was a burning car at the scene, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And from that car, there were no survivors, were there?
Yeah. They took them. I believe they took them weeks to find out who it was.
But was it ultimately identified to be your wife,
Yes, sir.
Lauren Stacks?
Yes, sir. She was in the passenger seat.
This is a dumb question, Chris. I'm sorry to ask it. What's this done to you?
It's affected me in every single aspect of my life.
How long has y'all been married?
Only 19 days.
I'm sorry you have to be.
Christopher's testimony tells the story of a husband whose future disappeared in a matter of moments. But the tragedy reached even further. The next witness will describe another life interrupted, another family left grieving, and another painful reminder of how one decision forever changed an entire community.
Any kind of healing can be done from just on my end and from the 1,000 lives that were affected by this senseless tragedy.
Thank you, Chris. I'll pass it to Cheryl.
Any questions? Thank you. Let me call your next witness.
State called the Boston car.
Good morning, Mr. Carr. You swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You can have a seat. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Carr, would you identify yourself for the jury and tell us what you do for a living? I mean, for the judge, and tell us what you do for a living, please.
My name is Boston Carr, and I live in Beaumont, Texas. And I work for Bierce Industrial, an industrial sales company.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 22 years old.
And, well, back in June of 2024, were you engaged to be married?
Yes, sir, I was.
And who are you engaged to be married to?
Camille Marty.
And how did you meet Camille?
I met Camille right during COVID at a church conference in Sebastopol, Mississippi. She was from North Carolina. I was from Beaumont, Texas, so it was a pretty unlikely meetup, in the middle of nowhere, Sebastopol, Mississippi.
And I take it y'all hit it off.
We did. It's a hilarious story that I was in the altar in the worship service, and she was in the altar in the worship service, and we saw each other in the altar, and we probably made eye contact 20 times in the worship service in the altar. And after service, I made sure to say hi to her.
And at what point did y'all become engaged and married?
We got engaged in March of 2024.
Now, what was Camille doing as far as work and education at the time of her death?
She had just finished nursing school. She had graduated that May.
And had she moved down here?
Yes, she graduated in May, and after graduation, my family went to a graduation in Mississippi and moved all of her things down to Beaumont. And she lived in Beaumont for 2 or 3 weeks before the accident.
Now, church is pretty important to you and your family, isn't it? Tell me why you're so connected with the church.
The church is my life. My father is the pastor of the Apostolic Church in Beaumont, and everything I do on a weekly basis revolves around my faith in the church.
And you are friends with Christopher Stacks, correct?
Yes, sir.
And y'all had this friendship, and both were starting your families together at the same time. Is that correct?
Yes.
And y'all had brought your fiance and his wife into y'all's church family.
Yes.
Were they embraced by that church?
Absolutely. They were loved by everyone. And that's an understatement.
Is it fair to say that most of these folks behind me are church members?
Yes, sir.
That are here to support you and Christopher and the Eisenhower and the Marty families and Lauren and Camille?
Yes. Most of the church family.
How did you find out that Camille had been killed?
I was asleep, and my dad busted into my room, and it was about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And I remember waking up, and he just said, "The girls got in an accident." And my first thought was that they had to be okay. There was no way something like that could happen. And I immediately asked, "Are they okay? What hospital are they at? What ER are they in?" And all my dad could say was, "They didn't make it." And all I could say was no. Just no, no. And I jumped out of bed, and I still just couldn't believe it. There's no way. And I got dressed as fast as I could, and I ran downstairs, and I didn't know what I could do. I thought there was something maybe I could do. And my dad just told me, he said, "Bubba, there's nothing you can do. There's nowhere you can go. You can't do anything."
And since this had happened, how's it affected you, Boston?
I had begun building my life with Camille, and my life plans and our life that we were building together, and we had just begun to build together, was just taking off. And the one thing that I thought I had done right in my life was deciding to marry Camille. And with that gone, I feel so lost in this life that I was supposed to have has been taken away from me.
I'm asking the same question that I asked Chris. What do you want to see happen here today?
Full sentencing underneath the law, that's possible.
And that's actually not enough, is it? Nothing can fix it.
I don't believe it is.
I understand. Thank you, Mr. Carr. I'll pass it.
No question.
Thank you.